All right, welcome back. It is the Vegas Take, Sharp and Shapiro. By the way, coming up here at the bottom of the hour, these boxers are dying left and right. It's really crazy. So coming up,
the top of the hour.
So, well, yes, correct. The top of the hour. Did I say bottom? I'm sorry.
Say the bottom.
The top of the hour. His name is Red Spikes. He's the boxing coach for Terrence Crawford. He has an interesting theory of why these boxers are dying left and right. So we'll get to that coming up here in just a few minutes. Have you been to the McDonald's downtown? Okay, downtown at the Plaza. This is right below the restaurant Beef, Booze, and Broads. You know, Mayor Oscar Goodman's restaurant. Well, you might want to stay away from this McDonald's. I explain why. Not because McDonald's, I think, is disgusting altogether, but, I mean, you could make that argument. But apparently there's a food handler at McDonald's who was opening lids of water bottles and a lid for coffee mixes with his mouth. Yes, the health inspectors caught this. But it doesn't end there. They got a 33 demerit C grade, which is very bad by the health inspectors. Apparently, some of the other violations include improper hand washing by multiple employees, a soiled citrus slicer. I don't even know what that means, soiled. What does that mean, a soiled? That doesn't mean people are going to the bathroom on the citrus slicer, does it? I hope not. Okay. Help me out here, Jamie.
It definitely means, wet.
Soiled. It's dirty. Soiled.
Soiled with what?
It has nothing to do with feces, right? I don't know.
It's not wet. It's not damp.
I don't know.
It's soiled.
I don't think anybody was squatting over the citrus slicer. At least I hope not.
It's possible.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
it's very possible.
This is a story that was an investigative reporter. She does a great job. Darcy Spears with ABC 13. She also said there's an insect zapper right above the hamburger buns. How would you like to have a dead insect in your McDonald's burger? I mean, how does that make you feel, right? It's kind of like, oh boy, I hate to give this analogy on the air, but I'm going to anyway. If somebody is pleasuring themselves and you're on a double bunk bed and you're on the bottom, how would that make you feel? You know, are you afraid you're going to get some shrapnel? I don't know. It's a horrible analogy, but I just figured I would give that visual to everyone that's listening right now. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is don't go to the McDonald's or you might get a bug that was zapped in your burger. That's all I'm saying. Don't go there. It doesn't end there, though. There's a place on Rainbow Boulevard and Robindale Road. It's called the Vegas Express Sushi. Okay, first of all, if a sushi place is called Express Sushi, that raises questions altogether, okay? Apparently, you can get sushi takeout inside this store that also sells groceries and prepaid phone cards. So they made some mistakes here. Okay, they made some mistakes. 2 expired containers of cream cheese in the fridge dating back to mid-September. Not just about the cream cheese, but also they make sushi, but have it delivered each day by a caterer. Some of the sushi, they found parasites in their salmon. It's just so disgusting. It's just so gross. So anyway, this is a sushi store that got a 3 demerit grade on October 7th. So this is very, very recently. You might want, and also they have a sushi cooler holding food, and they wouldn't let the investigative reporters go in and check the refrigerator. So that raises a bunch of questions right there. Skip the Express Sushi. There's other great sushi places to go to in Vegas.
That's a bit of a problem.
Yeah. So that's pretty bad. And then if you've ever wondered where those meal prep, and I know JD, you're a big fan of those meal prep places.
Yeah,
right?
I did Foodie Fit.
Yeah,
and one more, I can't remember what it was called.
All right, well, if you're a fan of those like you are, JD, you might want to stay away from this company. Not good. They got shut down. They're called Fit Meals for You. It's a custom meal prep and delivery service focused on healthy eating, but the truck was shut down on October 3rd due to inadequate refrigeration after inspectors found them violating their permit by selling directly from their truck on the street. They just pull their truck over on the street and start selling people like it's a taco truck or something.
That's exactly what they were trying to do.
Apparently, they had cooked chicken and turkey that were in a temperature danger zone, and the fridge was not properly functioning. So let me get this straight. It's this meal prep service, and their whole notion is, hey, we're going to make you healthy. You know, this is healthy food. So we got guys that are stopping on the side of the streets that are not putting these meals in refrigerators that are working, and they're selling it to people.
Well, their notion is that we're healthy and we're fast food, but we're bringing the food to you. And I see the concept that they're trying to do, but yeah, that's the problem with those circumstances. If the temperature isn't perfect, you Campylobacter, salmonella, I mean, and that stuff's almost guaranteed to happen under those circumstances. After 2 hours, of being in wrong refrigeration.
So let me ask you a question, JD. Would you go to a McDonald's where they had an insect zapper right above where the buns are and they're making the burgers? Would you go to a place like that, or would that make you feel a little bit uneasy?
I probably would not go there
That's
very
pretty
often.
disgusting. I've never heard of that before. I mean, I've heard of restaurants, maybe, where the garbage is.
I applaud the effort.
Hey, guys, I wonder who the brilliant person is that thought up about that. I'm the manager at McDonald's, which maybe someday I will be. And, I'm thinking to myself,
I think
you know
you're
what?
on the fast track to something like that.
I think so. So think about this, right? Think about, well, you know what, guys? We have an insect problem here at the restaurant. We have an insect problem here in the kitchen at McDonald's. Oh, really? Well, where do you think you should put this bug zapper thing? Well, you know what? Let's put it right above the spot where we're preparing food for customers. Like, who is the brilliant person that thought of that? And then you have this great restaurant that I'm a big fan of that is right above this McDonald's at the Plaza. As I mentioned, it's Mayor Goodman's place, Beef, Booze, and Broads. That's not good for business there, period.
No, it's a bad deal.
No, this is awful. And it's sadly enough, a lot of this stuff happens. And a lot of the stuff we don't know about. Luckily, we have Darcy Spears with Channel 13, who does a really good job in covering this stuff. But think about all the restaurants that have the violations that we don't know about.
Especially with how many restaurants there are in Vegas.
Oh, there's tons.
And restaurants in Vegas, they can't stay in business unless they're good. There's no nepotism here. There's no mom and pop shops from 80 years ago. Like back in Omaha, there's a place called Cashio's. It's been around for 150 years. Very average food, but it's Cashio's. You don't have that here. Because there's not a lot of culture here.
You know what my concern is?
My most underrated thing about Vegas is the food and how good it is. But it's great to find out that there's people that are just violating the rules.
And it's important to note these are not high-class food joints.
Well, exactly.
Okay? But, if you're going to a really nice place, you're not going to have these issues. But my biggest concern is these 24/7 bars, gaming bars that serve food, quote-unquote. Some of these kitchens that I've kind of seen from a distance look disgusting. I would, a lot of these bars that serve breakfast 24/7, and some of these places that the $2.99 steak and eggs special. I think Arizona Charlie's had that going on for a while. All I'm saying is I'd be a little bit concerned, but we got to take a break. We got to take a break. When we come back, this is a sad story in the boxing world. Another fighter losing his life in the ring. We want to get some insight on this. The last guy who lost his life, his name is Patrick Day. Did you hear about this? Well, the guy we have on next, he is the boxing coach for Terrence Crawford. His name is Red Spike. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this with Red when we come back. You're listening to The Vegas Take. We'll be back right after this.